Oh my goodness. This one's funny. This has me laughing. Washington Post posted the other day an article. Quote, Joe Biden's campaign of limited exposure. How long can it keep going? So I guess Joe Biden has decided to run a campaign of limited exposure, just with campaign events, with publicity. And it just, oh man, it has me thinking so many things. Why would he be running a campaign of limited exposure? Well, I know he knows he can because of his name recognition. Let's face the facts. Joe Biden is the most recognized name and technically the front runner in a lot of polls, a lot of major polls, and that has to be dealt with. But he's going off his name recognition. I mean, it's plain and simple. Like, he was vice president for Barack Obama for 8 years. Okay, it's going to take you far. Okay, that's one part of it. What's another part of it? Joe Biden is a gaffe machine. That's another part of it. Anytime Joe opens his mouth, he's just going to dig a hole. He's very stubborn in a very Trumpian way when it comes to how he relates and how he projects himself in public. It's just like, well, I can do it because I feel like it and I feel just, and I'm going to say it anyway. Very Trumpian. So that gets Joe in a lot of trouble. Okay, and so gaffes are another part of it. Another part of it is Joe Biden can't contend with real progressives. He cannot match. He just cannot match the progressives in the field. He loves to say, I have one of the most progressive records in Congress and in recent years, and it's ridiculous. It's absolutely hilarious. Joe Biden is a right-wing Democrat all the way. So this limited exposure, it makes me believe that he knows, his campaign staff knows, he can't match Bernie on policy. He can't match Andrew Yang on policy. He can't match Tulsi Gabbard on policy. So it's best if he just steps aside and goes off his name recognition, because he cannot pony up to where America wants to go on the left. Okay, we want to go more anti-war. Joe can't do that. We want to be, we want to fight for 15. Joe won't go there. We want a Green New Deal. Joe won't go there. We want Medicare for all. Joe won't go there. Joe doesn't fit in to where the Democrats are heading. He is a representation of days gone by and maybe present day Democrats. Okay. So he cannot match the progressive lean where the Democrats are truly headed now, and definitely the country. So it's silly to run a campaign of limited exposure as a strategy, but it is that, a strategy, because he cannot go the distance in so many ways. His literal strategy has to be limited exposure. Just on some level, that is just pathetic. And Americans who reason honestly should be able to see through this, that this guy, he just can't contend. He just can't go the distance. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about Joe Biden down in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe, and click the bell on the side.